another overall poor performance from Chelsea, leaking terrible goals, missing great chances, and massive 2 points drop today, really, considering you're up against the easiest team in the running for you.
Yeah, just before I start, I just want the panel to answer this question, to say, can you guess who this is? Like, can you guess? Can you guess who that is?
Is it Maresca?
No.
If you watch the game today, no, it's Colwell. That's all he does. That's all he does in the game. Like, the guy is, I'm like, oh, I want to curse on the channel, but like, I'm so frustrated with this guy.
Just don't drop the C bomb.
Yeah, got it. No, but the guy is so frustrating to watch because he thinks he's Thiago Silva in his head. He thinks that he's this luxurious defender where he doesn't have to like go back, and he's always depending on somebody else to cover him, and it's frustrating. At only this point I will mention Sanchez. I'm not going to talk about him because it's useless. It's taking away like my energy. It'll take away everybody else's energy on the panel. He's just useless, and we don't need to talk about him. Yeah, and Terry, in your intro, you were talking about when you said Palmer had a good game. We wouldn't expect that it would be Ipswich Palmer having a good game. And other than that, the first half was horrendous. It's been like that for a couple of games now. We haven't scored anything in the first half. What is even more frustrating is that, we let a relegated, so they're pretty much relegated Ipswich. We let that kind of a side come and dictate terms in our home. And we spoke about this in the last reaction, where we spoke about how when we went to the Warsaw, like the game, and how that team, even though they were 3-0 down, the entire crowd was backing them and they were like cheering for them. You saw what happened in Stamford Bridge. The first half, they were booing. As soon as we went, so when we went 1-0 down, you saw that all that attacking. So we had some plan when we started the game. There was some plan. We wanted to go like attack through Noni. And the way they were attacking with him, I knew that he's not going to play the full game because he was fully on it. So we saw with Noni, he had like intent. There was a lot of energy. They were attacking through him. But when we didn't convert those chances that he made, as soon as they scored, we became clueless. And then when the second goal went in, it was quiet in the thing because even the Ipswich team didn't realize that the goal went in, and it was silent. And then we totally became clueless, and the bridge turned on us, turned on the players rather. The bridge turned on the players, and that really does it for them because these guys don't have the moral like fortitude to like withstand this, to take this pressure and to build from this. And because they're young players and whatever. You also said that you shouldn't blame the manager. Like, let's say 50%. I agree with that because of the fact that the starting 11 that he put out, God. I don't understand what is this need to be different or to say, okay,
you guys are so disingenuous, honestly. If this was Pochettino managing them and it drew 2-2, this whole thing would be about Pochettino. Terry, you said something yesterday. I was watching. Let me just say this. Terry, I was watching yesterday your Arsenal reaction. You said the team is playing for nothing and blah, blah, blah. I don't even disagree with you. You're correct. But today, Chelsea are playing for something. Chelsea are playing for getting Champions League qualification.
I agree with you.
Put this into your perspective as we're criticizing Maresca generally speaking now, and I'm going to make it specific about today's game. Before, like literally, 3 months ago, Chelsea were 2 points behind Liverpool. They're now 22 points behind Liverpool Football Club. So I get that they're not expected to be in a title race or anything this season. I agree. But the fact that they fell off this badly in comparison to Liverpool shows you how bad they've been. And today's game, once again, because Chelsea are playing for something, because it's against Ipswich Town at home, we have to sit up here and we have to blame the manager if they don't get the 3 points, regardless of any case scenario. Even if they miss chances. Last season, Terry, they missed chances under Poch. By the way, prime example, Wolves away last season, Chelsea. Wolves should have been 5-0 up. Wolves should have been 5-0 up against Chelsea.
No, but Hussam, when I say 50%, I
come to a stage. I agree. Come to a stage where Ipswich actually stop Chelsea from getting Champions League football because you dropped 4 points against them this season.
Exactly.
That's wild.
So, we should have won this game. But I'm saying that when I say 50%, I blame the managers because the starting 11 that he put out, like, why are you playing people out of position? I don't understand it. When you have your everybody fit, you have Reece James, who's a right back by default. Like, he's been playing right back forever for us. His deliveries are crazy in the box. Why are you playing him out of position? Okay, if you're protecting him, you want him to play midfield. You're stubborn now. You've decided that he's a midfielder who'll swap with Enzo and Caicedo. Okay, so Gusto was there. As soon as Gusto came in the second half, we scored. Okay, I'm not saying Gusto is the best player, but that's his position. At least play him in his position, and then if he's not doing his job, we can criticize it. But why are you playing the guys out of position? That's why I'm blaming him. The other 50% of the blame has to go on the players. Like, you can't be a professional footballer and you can't be missing the chances that these guys missed. Jackson not finishing in front of goal. Like, we'll keep saying this again and again. Jackson, I'm not saying again, he's a good player. He's doing the other things that we need from him as a striker, holding up the play, making the defenders like rattled. But he's not finishing, and that's costing us.
Yeah.
That's really
I
costing
want to
us.
say here. I just want to say to DJ, I don't think Hussam is saying the Maresca is solely the problem. I think what Hussam is saying is that last season, certain Chelsea fans only blame Poch when they didn't win games and they ignored the players. And I think what you've said right though, Andrew. I think it's a combination of. I think there are definitely mistakes he's making, but the idea that putting a couple of players into their natural position would mean Jackson would convert these chances, that Noni wouldn't slip at the back post, that Caldwell wouldn't be asleep for the ball coming across, that Cucurella wouldn't. Those things I don't believe would be overly improved. Your midfield is a very good midfield, but for 15 minutes in that first half, it turned to jelly.
It was shit.
It turned to jelly. Those things, I don't necessarily think it's about necessarily about the manager. Man United right now, it is not Ruben Amorim's fault. In my opinion, that Højlund's shit. I don't think it is.
I agree with you there, but that's a different scenario.
But it's the same scenario. It's the same scenario. It's the same scenario. It's saying there are elements of our team, elements of Chelsea have got problems that the managers, maybe the drill's aren't good enough. Maybe he's not a good enough coach or a motivator. But there are still misses and mistakes being made by players because the players are not good enough. Some of these Chelsea players, we have all, and I'm just generally speaking, have overrated them. I don't think.
Yes, the problem with me and you is we work with Don on a weekly basis. So that's why we have been gaslighted by his shit every single week. But when it comes to Amorim, the reason why it's different with Amorim, I watch Man United, I see a clear system, a clear style, a clear vision, but you just, the ball comes to the players that are actually shit. The problem is now with Maresca is, I don't think going forward there is a clear vision. Pass left, pass right, pass left, pass right, pass left, pass right.
And that's what I was going to say. I agree with you, Sam. There is no, like, if you ask me today, we don't know what style of football we play. I don't know what is this control he's talking about, because the last 10 minutes, after all that possession, you do fuck all with the control, because you're letting the other team, a relegated side, like, almost win it at the end, which is so frustrating. There is no control. There is no style of play. We don't know who we are in terms of an identity of what this team is. We don't know. Speaking of drills,
you did it against Arsenal away. Like, you had a ridiculous amount of possession, and Arsenal just won.
Again, I don't care about that. Like, that frustrates me when people talk about Chelsea's possession, because I don't care about that. The thing is that we had what's frustrating today, and I spoke about this in the last reaction. We had about, I think, 12 corners, and because Sancho pulled something out of his hat, that's why we got that goal. Otherwise, we wasted 11 corners. We wasted them. I don't know.
£25 million though. It's a snip, bruv. 25 million for the boys. A snip for that goal.
That's what I'm worried about. He's got 2 assists now, and now he's got a goal in the last 2 games, which is like going to like
want him done, Terry.
Yeah, I want that 25 million. We're broke, bruv. We're starving at United. We need the money.
No, but the Chelsea team has no. I don't know what they're doing on the grounds. Because I follow them on social media, and I just like look at these guys doing these drills, and they're like laughing and things, because it's frustrating as fans. I get it that these guys live normal lives. They finish it's a day's job for them. They're done with their work. Now they go and like live their lives. But it's frustrating to watch as a fan.
Andrew, I do agree. Matt's with us, who's a Chelsea fan. What did you make of your boys today, Matty?
Oh, Terry, man, watching on Lewis's stream before the game, and it's just frustrating again. Every fucking week it's the same Same shit. Like, I was just telling the boys, like, we were fighting for 14th, 13th a couple of years ago, and this football is as bad, and we're sitting 4th and 3rd. Like, how worse can it get? Sanchez is fucking horrendous, needs to go. He's trash. I don't know why he was even stealing goals. I would bring back Kepa for him any day of the week. I don't know why we got rid of someone like him for Sanchez. He's trash. Toss him another game where he plays 45 minutes, absolute trash. Chalobah, again, trash. I don't know why Maresca is playing these players out of position. You've got James, you've got Gusto. Play these guys in their fucking position. Like it just gets annoying. Like it's simple football. You just play your players in the position. I don't know why Chalobah is starting over Gusto. I don't know why Chalobah is starting over someone like Reece James, who is definitely fit to play. But look, we came back. I guess Sancho came on, got a goal, played a bit better. I think you'll be happy, Terry, that maybe we buy him. But this is just not the challenge that we were seeing at the start of the season. Palmer's not looking good at the moment. Jackson's falling off. Madueke is just iffy here and there, and I don't know what I see with Maresca. It just reminds me of this shit talk when we're, with Frank Lampard here. Like, what is his game style? Still to this day, the only coach I know game style is Thomas Tuchel's game style. It's the only coach I can look at and go, okay, I know the way he plays. Maresca, I have no idea. I don't know this vision. I don't know what I see in him, but I'm not going to be Maresca out at the moment. I think this season's coming to an end, but. Fans thinks buying players left, right, center is going to work. I mean, some fans want this fucking. What's this guy? The lap from Ipswich. I don't want to, a striker like that. Go break the money, get Osimhen in, but are these players really going to come in and fix it? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think we just got to see where it goes. It's the same shit every year. It's the same shit. We keep spending, and then it doesn't work out.
You. No, listen, I hear your frustrations, mate. I really, really do. Oh, sorry. Newcastle.
You need Champions League, by the way.
Oh yeah, and that's the one thing I would say. I know there are some Chelsea fans that we love a loophole and we're this, we're that, we're the other. We know what we're doing. Look, the parent company that owns Chelsea has lost over £1 billion. They've got debts that they're paying. They're selling off your assets to continue the spending. There comes a point where the well will go dry. Champions League football is a massive must for Chelsea Football Club. That's just, it's an absolute, not in the very, very short term, but over the next 2 to 3 years, if you're not back in it, things could look quite precarious in terms of investment. And you
well, look at it now, Terry, though. We've spent over $2 billion and we're still in the Champions League. Like, it's already failing. Like, this season we should automatically be in. So it's already a failure at the moment. So I could imagine what else is to come if we spend more money and we're still not making Champions League. Like,
I hear that.
It's embarrassing.
Gav here with the super chat says people bigging up our defense are looking at the number of goals conceded rather than how poor the defending is and gilt-edged chances opposition miss. So very, very good point there, Gav. Well said. Always knew Sancho was it. Come on, Chelsea, worth it all. What a player is what Sam Ritchie says here.
I think we will buy him. I think he's convinced enough. I think that they will end up spending the money.
A few more bangers like that, and it'll happen.